Okay, so I just wanted to mention to you that we're leaving Dalat. We've been in Saigon 4 days or 5 days. We've been in Dalat 4 or 5 days. And so we're headed out of here. Where are we going? We're going to Nha Trang, which is at the beach, which is to the northeast a little bit. It's about a 4-hour bus ride. So we're headed to the beach. What do I feel about Dalat? I think it's a place you ought to put on your list of places to check out. Coming from hot climate, if you live in another part of Southeast Asia and you wanted to get away from the hot weather, this is a great place. If you wanted to retire, this would be a great place. You still have to put up with the horn honking. You're still going to have to put up with the hawkers. Eventually they started to recognize me. They didn't bother me as much, but that's a challenge here as well. And the attitude of the people is pervasive of the country of Vietnam so far in the 2 cities I've been. I thought once I got out of Saigon, I would lose a couple of these things, like the attitude was a little bit, for older people, they're not friendly. It's hard to get a smile from them. They sort of sneer at you. Can't ask questions of a vendor how much things are. They actually get mad if you don't buy and you ask. So we'll see if these attitudes are prevalent as we go further north. We're here for a lot longer, so I don't want to prejudge and say it's going to be pervasive throughout the country. But Dalat is someplace you ought to check out. Beautiful lake, great waterfalls and stuff. But we're going to head out of here, and I'll be reporting to you as we go along. But we're headed to Nha Trang, so Dalat, see you later. Okay, so we're on the bus headed to Nha Trang, and I wanted to compare the bus to Thailand. Thailand, we have big buses. They're like double-decker buses, single story. But actually, they want to outlaw the double-decker buses because they feel that they're getting pretty dangerous on the roads. There's a lot of accidents. But anyway, we have big buses, and when you drop down from the big bus, now I'm not talking city buses inside of a city like Bangkok, but traveling from city to city around the country, you have the big buses. And then you drop down from them and you get into minivans, 12-passenger minivans. Well, here, if you look, we actually have a small bus, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, about 24-passenger bus. And so it's just a much smaller bus. Now, we're traveling, it's a 4-hour trip from Dalat to Nha Trang. And you can get the tickets from between $4.50 US and $5.25 US to do this trip. But I wanted to compare the buses. The air conditioning seems to be working good. They say they have Wi-Fi, free Wi-Fi in the bus, but I've tried connecting to it and it doesn't connect. One thing I did notice and I wanted to mention, it probably is not an issue in Vietnam, I don't know. This is something I ought to check on the customs of this country. But I see a lot of the foreigners, they put their feet up on the backs of chairs, put feet ups on the railings and stuff like that. On other chairs, they put their feet up. This isn't cool. It's something to avoid in Thailand because the bottom of your feet is supposed to be the dirtiest, the lowest part of the body, and you don't want to project that out at people. So always keep the soles of your feet away from Buddha images, away from people, and anything like that. Okay, just something I wanted to mention to y'all. In Vietnam, I'm not sure if it's an issue or not, but people in Thailand, the Thai people would definitely get offended by that. So while Nat can still hold on to the camera as we're taking these turns, we're going to sign off. And I'll check back in if there's anything else I want to share with you. But we're on the road again, headed to Nha Trang, to the beach, out of the mountains where it was cool, and to the seaside where it's warm. off the 3.5-hour bus ride to Nha Trang. Took a little rest in the hotel room that we had prepaid for, and I'm overwhelmed by this place. I got to tell you, it's like a giant strip on the beach. Lots of traffic, lots of people, lots of restaurants. It's got a lot of activity. I've only been harassed by cyclo drivers so far. And I'm going to look into what all's here and what's there to do and what the prices are and everything. But we're just coming out to get something to eat. One thing I did notice, though, if you notice, almost all the signs have Russian writing and Chinese writing. A lot of Russian writing, so I'm assuming they have a large contingent of Russians here. If you look, even in the menus have Vietnamese and Russian. Almost all of them do. So this is real interesting to me. But anyway, the seafood looks really good. A lot of seafood restaurants. You have a plethora of things to eat. That guy's had better days. Anyway, so we're just looking for something to eat, and we'll probably head back to the room. I'll do some work on the computer, and then tomorrow will be a fresh day, and we'll start exploring Nha Trang. But I just wanted to tell you we're here, we made it, and basically I'm overwhelmed with the place already. I didn't expect it to be this big and this busy. Anyway, talk to you later. Hey, JC back. Well, let me give you some history and some background information on Nha Trang. Nha Trang, the name Nha Trang derives from a false impression that the Vietnamese spelling of the geographical name in Cham language was Ya Trang, which meant the Reed River. Nha Trang was officially made a Vietnam territory in 1653. And Nha Trang's on the coast, as you probably already know, and the capital of Can Hoa province. It's on the central coast of Vietnam, and it's a popular destination for international tourists, and it attracts a lot of backpackers and even more affluent Vietnamese travelers as well. It attracts a lot of Chinese tourists as well, which are much more louder and boisterous than their neighbors in Asia, and Southeast Asia particularly. Although Vietnamese, they raise their voices as well when they communicate. And it's sort of a shock for me because when I hear Chinese talking or Vietnamese talking, I associate that with an angry conversation. Because you only hear that kind of loud speaking in Thailand when somebody's really angry, which is very rare. It's popular with travelers and Vietnamese tourists as well. And actually, Nha Trang Bay is considered one of the most beautiful bays in the world. It has a metropolitan area of 251 kilometers and a population of about 500,000 people. It's surrounded on all three sides by mountains. And it also has large islands, one large island and four smaller ones. And the four smaller ones block the entrance to Nha Trang Bay, which keeps the heavy winds from the storms from coming up and eroding the beach, and it protects Nha Trang Bay. Nha Trang has a tropical savanna climate with a really lengthy dry season from January to August, and a shorter wet season from September to December, when they get about 1,000 millimeters, or about 41 inches of the city's total annual rainfall of 1,361 millimeters, or 54 inches, which is received from the northeast monsoons that come in and hit Nha Trang. The temperatures range from highs in the 80s to lows from about 69 to 76 degrees. So the climate here is actually pretty nice most of the time. Diving and snorkeling are popular activities here. There's a cable car, a gondola that goes to an island resort and theme park. They also have a water park in the area as well. Tran Phu Street that runs along the beach, sometimes is referred to the Pacific Coast Highway of Vietnam. I've tried to equate looking at it what it reminds me of, and I can't really compare it to anything, especially in Southeast Asia that I've seen so far. It's like if you took the city of Pattaya in Thailand and made the beach much nicer and took away all the sleaziness, maybe you'd have something like Nha Trang, but Nha Trang is a much bigger city than Pattaya. That's a little of the history and background of the city. I just wanted to get you up to speed so you set the setting, or set the stage for what we're going to check here. We're going to check out all sorts of things like what it costs to live as a ripper, what you'll have to endure as far as the type of tourism and people that'll be around you, the attitude of the people, the costs here, and all that. So stay tuned. We got more information coming at you. Lots of good Vietnamese coffee as well. So let's visit Nha Trang. So, if you're thinking about living in a place like Nha Trang, one of the things you're probably going to take advantage of, because one of the reasons you're probably here, a primary reason, will be the beach. And you can come to the beach every day, and even if you don't bring your own chair, for 30,000 dong, which is about $1.50, which is about 50 baht, you'll be able to rent a chair and sit out here on the beach. So this is a really great thing. But we need to look at the rest of the city and what it would cost to actually live here, because if you ate out here at the beach, it'd be expensive, of course. But a lot of these bars have happy hours where you buy like 2 beers, get 1 free, stuff like that. So you could take advantage of that. I haven't seen like real inexpensive, cheap buffets, but let's get off the road a little bit. We're going to rent a motorbike, get off the road, and go look at apartments and what it would cost to eat in local restaurants and stuff away from this area, even though it's really beautiful. But we need to check that out as well. One thing I noticed, in Thailand, we don't drink the water. Anywhere you go, except in an airport, the major airports will have water fountains where you can actually drink, the municipal water or water out of a faucet or a fountain. But I noticed here in Nha Trang, they have drinking water fountains here. That you can actually get free drinking water, which is pure, and it even has a meter here that shows U1, U2, and UV. Now the UV is red, which means it probably needs replaced or whatever. Let's check this out. Now I need the big one because I'm tall, so come around here and let's see how this works. I'm not sure how you get water out of it. Oh, wow. Hey, well, there you go. Let's get some water. Let's see what it tastes like. No, just kidding. Actually tastes pretty good. So there you go. That's also very cool. I mean, if you're really on cheap budget, you could bring a container and fill it up, right? But here you got water, so if you come out to the beach, instead of spending money on water, you get a chair, bring your own chair, hang out at the beach. You could actually fill up your own water. So that's really cool. And it's something I think Thailand should have around the cities as well. For people, but of course then they wouldn't make so much money selling water, would they? Anyway, something I just wanted to turn you on to. One thing I stumbled upon that I thought was really cool, I wanted to share with you. Hanging out at the beach doesn't have to be just drinking beer, sitting in a chair or reading a book or something. Check this out. They actually have a fitness park at the beach. I mean, look, it's right across from the water. So you got the beach there, you got the sound of the water, you got the breeze and everything, but you can come over here and use some of this equipment. This one's really cool here as well, because you sit here and you actually press your own weight. So when you lift this up, now I saw a guy just doing this a minute ago and he was good. So you're pressing your own weight. So if you take your weight off, wow, this is really good. So you're actually pressing what it is that your own weight is. So actually for me it'd be better to put Nat on the seat and me do this because she's a lot lighter than I am. But anyway, this is really cool, huh? How you can actually use the fitness equipment. There's people down there using it. And you're right at the beach, so you can enjoy the ambiance and everything, but get in shape as well. So very cool. Yeah, that's good for my back. Let's go do another one. So this is the epitome of a beach bar to me, almost. If you look, this is a beach bar right on the beach, which is really cool, where you can get iced coffee or a coconut, cold coconut water, or even ice cream. Now, when I started out in the islands delivering boats and stuff, this was a lifestyle. Not so much anymore, but it brings back memories. But the places I used to go in the islands were a little less touristy than this back when I was doing it. And of course now those places in the islands are just like this. But this is really cool. I had to stop and get something to drink just to reminisce about my younger days delivering boats down in the Caribbean. So anyway, we're going to enjoy something to drink, cool off, groove on some tunes, and check out something else for you in a few minutes. See ya. One thing other countries should take a lesson in that I've noticed a lot in Vietnam is the amount of electric bicycles, electric scooters that are here. A lot of people are buzzing around on electric bikes and electric scooters, and this is a really great thing for the amount of pollution that's put out by vehicles. Now, Vietnam has a lot of motorcycles compared to Thailand. Thailand used to be the same, but now everybody wants to, middle class has exploded in Thailand. Everybody wants to have cars. Where here, a lot of people are still on motorcycles, but a lot of them, as you can see, are electric, which is really good because of the amount of pollution that all these vehicles generate. And as more people get money, they're either getting more motorcycles or more cars on the roads. So this is a really great thing. I think more countries should adapt that. And actually give incentives for people to use the electric vehicles. Like here's another one right here. There you go. They're quiet. If we could get electric vehicles without the horns, it would be perfect. Maybe they can say, okay, we're gonna make electric vehicles, but they can't have horns. Boy, that would be a blessing, wouldn't it? Something to think about anyway. One thing I noticed in Nha Trang that I haven't noticed in any other place, which is really a great idea, is these guys behind me in the blue uniforms, they're crossing guards. And they actually have little signs that say stop. Now I've been watching them try and get people across the road, and as you can see, it's quite a busy road here. And I've been watching them trying to get people across, and my suggestion would be that these guys need to get bigger stop signs. They need bigger stop signs because that little sign, people just honk the horn and get them to stop so that the car can go by. So here, watch. He's going to help them get across, which is really good. This is a great service. Now let's see if the people stop, because last time I watched them, they didn't really stop even though he puts up his little stop sign. Okay, stop. He didn't even put up his stop sign. He just escorted them across. But anyway, I think that's a really good idea. And I think more cities in Vietnam and places like Chiang Mai could use this as well, because nobody stops for the crosswalks. And so this is a really great thing, and I think more countries should adopt it, especially in areas of tourism where tourists coming from the West are expecting the vehicles to stop when we're in a crosswalk. So I think this is a really great thing. Now here, this guy's putting up his hand without the guide. Let's see what happens. They just honk and make the pedestrians stop. There, now he's going to put up his stop sign. Yep, see, the people don't stop even with the stop sign. He needs a bigger stop sign. Anyway, something to think about, huh? Another thing I've noticed in Vietnam that other countries should adapt, and I think it's a great idea. I noticed this even in Saigon and Ho Chi Minh City. I noticed it in Dalat. They have bathrooms, public bathrooms around, which is really great because one of the things you use, actually somebody just asked me this the other day, could you do a video about finding bathrooms, especially older people? It's an issue. Well, in Vietnam, they have all these public bathrooms. And if you notice down there, it actually says free of charge. So they don't even charge for it. And so this is really good. And I noticed even in Saigon, where these were, like if in this little courtyard area, there was a park. And the taxis would actually pull up, park, I don't know, illegally or legally, but they would jump out, be able to come and use the bathroom and then run back to the car. This is really great because I can't tell you how many times we've looked for bathrooms in Thailand, and you got to try and use some businesses because there aren't any public bathrooms. So this is a really good thing. I needed that. And they're clean too, which is really a good thing. They're clean, they don't smell. It's very good. Excuse me, how much is this?
Big one, 300.
Big one's 300.
Yes.
And the small one?
200.
Where's the small? This small or big?
Small.
Small. And this
200,
big?
200.
And 300?
300.
300. Okay. Wow.
Okay.
300. 300 is the equivalent of 13 US dollars, 475 baht for one lobster. That's pretty expensive, you know? Yeah, that's expensive for one. Would you want some durian? No. Nat doesn't want durian. Let me see. Let me check for a temperature, a fever. Well, this one's already cracked open. 1 kilo. Huh? 80. How much did we pay before?
70.
Huh? 70? What's down there? And this is 80. Oh. The man on the bicycle was 70, huh? Oh. Well, there you go. Yeah, we just turned down 70 because we compared the price to Thai baht, what we pay in Thailand during durian season, which we can get for 90 baht. And she said those were 80,000. So 80,000 is the equivalent of 126 baht. So as you can see, it's quite a bit more expensive than durian during durian season, which is just starting in Thailand. When we get back, it's going to be in full swing, and we can get it for 80 baht, 90 baht, as opposed to 126 baht. So that was pretty expensive. And I felt bad. You know, part of selling something is people asking the price and shopping, and so I don't really understand that people get upset. I mean, they aren't kind. There was another girl just down the street a block before that we asked about the lobster. She wanted 350,000 for one lobster, and she barked it out at me really mean when I asked how much. So again, it's one of those things that I don't understand, and it seems to be really prevalent. Not everybody's going to be a buyer, you know. They have to understand that. So anyway, but I see I could be a buyer of something here. I see these baguette sandwiches that look pretty good. So maybe we'll check these out. Because we have an avocado we have to use, and I like putting my avocado that I bought in one of these sandwiches. So 35,000 for one of these sandwiches. If you're wondering how much that is for the baguette sandwich, it's 55 baht or $1.50 for one of these sandwiches, which isn't so bad for a restaurant where you're actually sitting down. If you look inside this restaurant, it actually looks pretty nice. So for that price, for $1.50 for a sandwich would be okay. You can get them cheaper than that, but and if you're wondering what I'm doing here, let me show you. I actually have an app for my Android phone, and you can put in as many of these conversions as you want. So I actually have Vietnamese dong, Thai baht, and US dollars, and I can enter either any of them, and they'll convert the other two. And if you see, it's running across the top the current exchange rate. It's always updated with the current exchange rate. So there you go. It's really cool. It's a great little addition to have, and I keep this close by because converting to two different currencies, I can do some of it on the fly, but it's difficult. So this helps out a lot. Hello. Do you have the banh mi with chicken? With chicken?
Yeah.
What else do you have? You have chicken? I want chicken. What else do you have? Do you have fish? Do you have chicken and what else? Pork?
No, chicken, pork, no mix.
Okay, chicken. I want chicken. What is this one? Pork? No. Oh, finish. No ham. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, you want a chicken sandwich? Okay, 2 chicken sandwich. Can we sit down?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Chicken, 2 chicken.
Yes, 2 chicken. There you go. We're gonna get 2 chicken sandwich. Mine's gonna be actually chicken and avocado. So there you go. And we'll probably cool off with something to drink as well. What's really great about this area being on the in a tropical location is all the seafood that they have that's not expensive like it was across the street. If you get off the beaten path, you can get cheap seafood, but also the amount of fruits and vegetables and stuff. You can see they actually got a little mandarin orange tree growing right here inside the restaurant. Very cool. I guess that's for good luck because it's got all sorts of charms hanging off of it. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and have a sandwich. There's a cool breeze blowing through right here. Sit down, relax, have a sandwich, get something to drink, and then we'll be off and check out some more things for you. So Nat and I finished our little lunch dinner. Now we got enough energy we can make it back home. But we ordered those 2 sandwiches, a bottle of drinking water, small bottle of drinking water, and a dessert that was small bananas and tapioca and coconut milk, thickened coconut milk with some peanuts on it. I'll show you a picture while I'm talking about it. And the whole bill was 108,000 dong, which comes to 170 baht, or about $4.75, $4.80 or something for this meal. And as you can see, if she spins the camera around, you can see this was a nice place to sit down and eat. So to have 2 chicken sandwiches, a bottle of water, and a dessert for $4.82 American, thank you. That was really a pretty good deal. Now, I'm going to show you can actually get those sandwiches cheaper on the street, but hey, this is hard to beat, huh? So what I wanted to mention to y'all, if you're coming from the west, you're going to need to find ATM machines to be able to take money out from your bank back home. The ones that we need for Americans, which is Cirrus or Plus. You're going to look at almost all these ATMs. You're not going to see Cirrus or Plus. You should be able to use your ATM debit cards here to be able to pull out money in dong and be debited from your American bank account. Europeans, I'm not sure which they have to participate in to be able to use their card, but for Americans, this one would work for sure because it's got to be either Plus, Plus, or Cirrus. And this is Cirrus, so there you go. If you need to pull out money from your bank back home, this is the ATM to use. So, Nat and I pulled off to get something to drink. I'd like to say we pulled off on at some place that's quiet, but it's not so quiet, is it? Yeah, we have music and we have the noise from the road. But it's a pretty cool place. It's called Hongwu Coffee. And if you're thinking about coming over to Vietnam and living or something, any of these cities that we've been to always has Wi-Fi. Everywhere we go, there's Wi-Fi. So you can get a SIM card for your phone that's going to include mobile data, but don't worry about it so much because you're going to have Wi-Fi everywhere you go. I'm going to switch this microphone to the other side because it's sort of directional and it'll take away some of that road noise there. So anyway, yeah, we're hanging out. And everywhere, I've mentioned this before, everywhere you go, they're always giving you complimentary green tea. I've always wanted to drink green tea. It's supposed to be really healthy. But I just don't, if I'm going to brew something up, I always brew up coffee. So this is really good to be always drinking green tea. It's refreshing, it's hydrating, plus it's healthy. Chop, mate. Yeah, it's good. Some places give it to you cold, some places give it to you hot. You never know. And here comes Nat's coconut. Thank you. Ah. Oh, really? Local?
Yeah, the guy here bring them to here and sell them.
Oh, great.
I came there and so I take them here.
When she's finished drinking the water, can you take the coconut, make a shake?
Yeah.
You can?
Yes, can.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Everything you want, you tell me.
Okay, everything we want to tell you. Okay. Yeah.
Take your time.
Now, this is an example. This is an example, isn't it, how we always say that the older people we encounter aren't so friendly. But the younger people are much more friendly. She's a great example of that. So, I'm always saying, well, one thing it's hard to get used to here is the unfriendliness of the people, but that's only the older people and the vendors especially. She speaks good English too, doesn't she? Yeah, she speaks good English, and she's enthusiastic. I don't know how long she's had this open, but she's very enthusiastic about taking care of her customers, Good, huh? Yeah. So taste your coconut. Now, so far, we've had about, 3-4 coconuts since we've been here? And the coconut in Thailand is sweet. The coconut here is not so sweet. Let's check it out. Yeah, this one's actually a bit sour as well. Now, a lot of times when you buy this, more tea. What's your name?
My name is translate to my name is
H-G-N-G.
Yeah, N-G-A.
N-G-A, Nah.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you. So what I was saying was a lot of times when you buy the coconut, they have it in cold ice water, and so the inside of coconut water will be cold, but it's harder to find this over here. On the beach, at the beach bar, it was cold. But it'll be nice if she can scrape it out and make a shake too. I thought actually that's what we wanted was the shake, So. We got one other foreigner here. Yeah. Thailand. Yeah. I don't look like Thai people?
No. From Thailand, but you from Australia or American or Germany or
American?
I guess I did right.
Yeah, you got it right. Yeah. Yeah. So Nat was saying that it doesn't have very little meat. See, you can see on here, if you scrape it off, there's a small layer of coconut meat, not very much at all. And even less inside. If you ever hear somebody say gin mo, which they'll do, especially if you're drinking with Thai people, or you're drinking beers, you'll hear gin mo or mo gao. And it means go ahead and finish. Why don't you leave that for her so she can put it in your shake, okay? because she said she'll make a great shake. So there you go. Well, anyway, just wanted you to share our little pit stop with us. We're trying to find another exchange here to exchange Thai baht. It is an issue. If you're coming from Thailand, you might want to convert all your Thai baht that you think you're going to use over here into U.S. dollars and bring the U.S. dollars over and then exchange them as you need them. You're going to lose some money on the exchange rates, but you'll have a lot easier time finding exchange for U.S. dollars than you will for Thai baht. Nobody wants Thai baht. Thai baht, am I? I don't know. Anyway, so there you go. Hope you've enjoyed our pit stop with us. We'll be off down the road again to see what else I can find for you. But just wanted you to soak up the ambiance with us. This quiet, peaceful, relaxing pit stop. The ice is being delivered. This is how they get ice all over Thailand, Vietnam. They have people delivering it. A lot of times it's actually delivered on motorbikes or on sidecars of motorbikks, so I'm not sure. You pay by the bag, and I'm sure if you're on the beginning of the route, you get a lot of ice for your money. If you're on the later part of the route, you're getting a lot less. There you go. Here's the Iceman. The Iceman cometh, the Iceman leaveth. We figured you'd be interested in that, what that shake came out looking like. So here's a shake. I think she put a little bit of milk and something to sweeten it up with. Oh, that's very good. Yeah, very good. Very good. Yeah. And that's much better than the fresh coconut. Taste this. You're going to like that. Yeah, good, huh? Mo lao. Remember what I said about mo? Mo means finished. Lao means already. Finished already. In other words, she's going to suck that thing down till there's nothing left. Anyway, just thought I'd put that addendum on there for you about our drinks. And of course, I'm having my milk coffee. Yeah, home means bitter. So she said this is home, this is wan sweet. So this actually ended up, we'll see if they charge us double, because the coconut was 20, my coffee was 12, should be 32. But she could actually charge us for doing this twice, basically. But anyway, even if at 32, that would have been 50 baht, which is less than $2. Good, huh? Yeah, 2 thumbs up.